Hey, come on in. Get yourself in the warm. I'm Pina. What can I do for you today? So you just want some help picking out a couple styles? Yeah, well, you came to the right gal. I can do that for you. So, do you have already an idea what it is that you're after? Okay, you want a few? Right. Okay. So you're looking for something for summer, something for winter. Okay, well, I can definitely help you there. We have a pretty good range. How about you tell me a bit about what sort of style it is you like? Okay, something quite feminine. Well, I can do that for you. Alright. You like a heel? Yeah. Alright, so feminine with heels. I've got that for sure. Why don't we start with things for winter then? So, I've actually got a few good ones right here that I'll show you. I would recommend it in winter. Maybe the heel is not as practical. So, maybe we'll take a look at more of those for summer. But I have got one winter boot with a nice heel that you might like. So let me show you that. Now, I know it could be a little radical, but these boots are some of my favourites that we have. And they do have a nice heel, so they'll have a little bit of height on you, and they are very sturdy. And what is perfect with these for winter is that they're actually really nice and warm. So let me show you the inside. On the inside, they have this wonderful sort of padded fabric here. So that is going to really keep your legs nice and warm. I find that this sort of style is quite a nice way to keep an outfit interesting when you have to also dress to be warm. So, feel this, honestly. It's really nice, isn't it? So, yeah, these are my first recommendation. They're a lovely, shiny, sort of PU texture. And you know what that means is that they're super easy to keep clean too, right? So if you get any dirt on them, or mud, or anything like that, you can just wipe it right off, just with some soap and water. And something you might find is that if you sort of knock them against each other or something like that while you're walking, they can get these sort of scuff marks on them. But don't be afraid, they come right off again if you just use a little bit of acetone. Okay? So I promise you it's easy care and they'll stay looking nice and new for quite a long time. What do you think? Yeah, the inside really is tempting. It really is sort of like spongy, isn't it? Okay, well, let's take a look at some more. While we are talking about a warm boot, I have a suggestion for you that doesn't have a heel, but will definitely cover that base. And that is these guys. Now, I'm sure you know them, but these are Uggs. So you have the lovely little tag at the back here, this little metal stamp. And then, obviously, the rest of them are this wonderful suede. And it's really this lovely soft texture. And these have been sprayed down already with a protective spray for the suede. So you don't need to worry about the rain or anything like that. Or stepping in snow. They'll survive it. And of course, other than this lovely soft texture, the real magic is inside. So if you open up the zip at the back here, you'll see the inside. It's this lovely sheepskin, and it is really so soft. Have a feel. Isn't it lovely? Now, if you are looking to dress up a bit and also stay warm, this is the answer for you, I promise. These will keep your legs toasty. And also, it's important to note they're very comfortable. But, you know, for me, the main perk is these lovely soft interiors. It's nice. So, what do you think? Another contender? Maybe? Okay. Well, if we're talking about boots, I have a personal recommendation that I want to make of my favourites. And these are appropriate year-round, I would say, so you don't have to particularly give them up when it comes to summer. That is Doc Martens. These are my favourite. I wear them all the time, and they are worth your money, I promise you. So these ones are made of leather, and they have this wonderful sort of glossy sheen. You can also get the same ones, like a shiny version of them. This is the matte version, but they still look, you know, nice and shiny anyway. But these are going to last you a long time. I had a pair for about 10 years before I had to replace them. So you know that they're going to be with you through thick and thin. And they are nice and sturdy. So these are everything proof. Rain, snow, all sorts. They'll take you through it with no trouble. I wore these, like I said, for 10 years. As a teenager, I treated them terribly. I, didn't take care of them. I didn't put anything on them. I splattered stuff all over them, wore them everywhere, through mud, through rain, through snow. And they took it like a champ, so I do recommend these. And aside from the lovely sturdiness of them, you can, of course, change out the laces. So Doc Martens themselves make a lot of different laces that you can put in there in different lengths, but obviously you can just get your own from anywhere you want, and that makes a really nice sort of edgy look, I think. It's easy to customise that. Yeah, and of course they have the iconic yellow stitching. So I think actually one of the more popular laces they do is the yellow one to match these, but I like the black personally. Okay, think about it. Alright, but what I'm really excited about is the summer options, because you have a bit more freedom there. You can sort of play around a bit more with styles since you don't need to keep warm. I will start with the impractical. So these ones are more for looks than anything. Since you were looking for a heel, I'm going to start fancy and show you these ones. So this is the go-to if you're wanting that really, classic high heel. I think these are a really nice, simple but classy version. They have this stitching all the way down and around that I think has a really nice touch to it. And obviously because it's all black, it's not very obvious, but it just makes for a slightly more interesting shoe. And then that joins this sole. And they again are a wonderful and easy to clean material. So you won't be scuffing these up. They'll stay in nice, clean condition. And if you get anything on them, mud or anything, spill a drink, easily wiped off. And it does have quite a substantial heel, and it's a very skinny one, so I would only recommend these if you're very comfortable walking in this kind of shoe. But of course, you can get them as your first pair to learn if you want. And they have this little tag at the back here as well, which I think is a nice touch. So here's option one for a fancier heel. And my second option leans a bit closer to a sandal. So this is really for summer, after all. And that's these. So these are a sort of metallic silver. I would say they're more sort of gunmetal, to use a word that men's fashion likes to take on. And they have all these lovely straps. So these are a little bit more casual than the last ones, but they do still have that dramatic heel. And they are still a very nice sort of classy look. So you have these crisscross straps here, and then one that goes around the back of your ankle that you can adjust with a little buckle. But these, I think, are, I would say they're, you know, a going out sort of shoe, or for a nice dinner in the summer when you don't mind having your feet out. But they're still, you know, a little bit fancy. But if you're going for feminine, I think that this shape is classic. Okay, let's not waste time. So, while we're on the sandal sort of topic, I have a couple others for you that I think you might like. While these ones are a little bit more casual, a bit, you know, summery, just day out sort of vibe. So, these are a pair that I'm a personal big fan of. So, this is a platform sandal, as you can see. And it is chunky heel this time, which is obviously a lot more practical if you're going to be walking around a lot, or just if you don't feel that comfortable tottering around in high heels. So then you'll have a lot easier time on these. And you've obviously got this nice thick strap around the ankle and the foot that again you can adjust with this buckle. And these are a sort of faux leather texture that again you can just wipe clean if you need to. But it'll be nice and resilient, and because it's faux leather and not real leather, you shouldn't have too much trouble breaking them in and making sure that you don't get any blisters or anything. Because I know real leather can give you some trouble with that sometimes because it can be a bit tough to sort of bend. But with these, I don't expect you'll have any problems. And they do have a nice sole on them as well. That should be pretty gentle on your feet. So that's option one for a casual sandal. I've got one more. If you wanted a bit more colour, I've got these ones for you. Now these obviously are a little bit less structured, more of a slip-on, but some of the features that I really like are the chunky sort of block heel, and as you can see it's square and it has a little rubber base on it. And these again are sort of faux leather, you can see the texture on here, but they have a nice soft cushioned sole. So your feet aren't going to get too tired standing on these for a while. And as they're just slip-ons like this, they're a lot simpler. You can just slip them on, get out of the house. Good for the beach or something like that, so you can quickly get in and out. But they also still look very classy, very nice. So you can do something casual, but not a lot of effort, still looking good, you know? And this strap, again, is not too firm, so you shouldn't worry about rubbing or anything. Okay, so while we're on the topic of casual, I figured I'd show you some trainers as well. Now, I know that you said you liked feminine, but we have a bit of a range, and obviously we can show you a few options and see what you like. So, to start, I have just a plain sort of like tennis shoe, and these aren't particularly feminine, of course, and they don't have a heel, but they're pretty neutral, so you can use these as a pretty good staple in your wardrobe and build your outfit around them. So I would never turn my nose up at just a plain-ish shoe that you can work with. Now these, of course, are perfect for just sort of a day where you're going to walk a lot, everyday use, you know, you're going to be comfortable in these, and, you know, they're very practical. And again, they're a sort of faux leather, so you should be able to clean these just by wiping them down if you need to. And they have these lovely laces that, of course, you can swap out if you like. So that's one option for you. And they have this nice rubber sole. It's going to be nice and comfy to walk on all day. Now, if you want something similar function-wise, but a bit more interesting, I would recommend these. And of course they come in other colours, so you can pick from the range, but this is the same shape as you can see, but a different vibe. So these again are suede, like our boots over there, and they are a lovely soft texture. So of course these again will be sprayed so that you can weatherproof them a bit, but you won't lose that lovely texture. And of course, the key feature for these, other than the bold colour, is these accent stripes with the zigzag edges. And of course the matching shoelaces. But these are incredibly comfortable. I recommend very much if you are wanting a shoe that you can run around in all day and not feel sore. And they have these lovely soles too. Nice and cushioned. And on the inside you have a nice insole. It's going to keep your foot nice and comfortable so that you don't get sore. So that's your next option. And finally, I thought, let's go back to your prompts. I went a bit astray there and showed you some other things, but let's go back to heels, back to feminine. I think something that you might be very into is more of a Mary Jane sort of shape. I think that's very nice for sort of a everyday but still feminine look, and again has that chunky heel. So I will show you these ones because they are one of our best sellers, and you can see why. They're very interesting. So these, something like the white boots I showed you at the beginning, these have this shiny PU texture, and that makes for a really bold, striking look because they really do shine. And of course these are in a striking colour as well. But if you like pink, boy do I have some things for you. So these are a very cute sort of style. They again are platform, so you have a nice thick sole, this pink rubber too, and a chunky big heel. So these will actually be pretty comfortable despite being a platform shoe, or a high-heeled shoe even, because it's a platform shoe. So because you've got the platform at the front, your foot is actually relatively flat. It's not as tilted as it would be with, for example, the first stiletto type shoe, because you don't actually have that much difference between the heel and the ball of the foot. But these are nice and sturdy. Again, they will get you through all kinds of weather. Of course, I wouldn't recommend wearing these in the rain since they have these open windows. But if the floor outside is wet or muddy or anything like that, they'll be just fine in it. They are completely waterproof, except for downwards falling. And of course, they're just pretty cool. At least I think so anyway. And once again, it is a perk having this material because you can clean it so easily. And just like the other shoes I mentioned, if you do happen to get the sort of scuffing from the two of them meeting when you walk, then you can just use acetone to wipe it away. But I do also like the buckle on these because the little eyelets are studded in the silver to match the buckle, and it's, you know, made to look very intentional. I think it looks quite cool. And so of course they are adjustable as well. So that's one. Now I have two that I want to show you left that are, I would say, a little bit more out there, a bit more wacky, but that I think might be up your alley, especially if you like that last one. So first of all, I'm going to show you another sort of heeled shoe that I love. This is one of my favourites, and if feminine is what you want, here it is. So these I can only describe as, I don't know, like a princess shoe. I think they are so beautiful, very delicate, and quite over the top, but hey, sometimes we want that. So there are just so many little things on here that make them so gorgeous. First of all, you have a slight platform on these, and then also this nice sort of delicate heel, but not a stiletto, so it's still a little bit more sound, a bit sturdier. It's not quite a chunky heel, but you've got a bit more space, a bit less wobble. And they're this faux leather material again, which looks really nice. It's matte and it doesn't, you know, doesn't reflect too much, but that works really well on these. So you have these lovely scalloped edges with such attention to detail, with these little holes in each of the scallops, and then the same similar style, at least here, on the toe cap. And it is so cute. This baby pink is so lovely. And obviously you've got this lovely bow right on the front. And then the straps, there are two over the sort of top of your foot, and they crisscross, and they have these lovely little gold buckles. And then there's a final strap that goes around your ankle. And this one is also adjustable. All three straps are adjustable, so this is going to fit well. And hanging off of that strap is this little chain of pearls. That really is just like the final lovely touch. And so that will sit sort of just hanging across the front of your foot. But I personally just think that these are beautiful. They are very, like I said, they're a bit out there. They're definitely not very casual. But if you're interested in dressing up kind of cute and you like the sort of ultra feminine look, then these are the ones for you. So, very cutesy. But let me move on to my final recommendation. And this one I think might be the most interesting. So, these are a pair that I personally own myself. And here they are. So, as you might be able to see, these are a pair of Crocs. And not just any Crocs, platform Crocs. So, just like a regular pair, these are made of rubber and they have the same air holes all the way around the outside and the little decorative holes on top that you can put the gibbets in. So again, very customizable because you can put whatever you want in the front of it. And instead of having the strap at the back, it's nice and open, and it does still have the nice textured sole, which feels really quite nice on the feet, I think. And for a shoe like this as well, it helps grip a little bit since there's not the strap on the back. And key feature, of course, is the huge, big, chunky heel. Now this is, I cannot overstate, chunky. Of course, these are easy to walk in because of that. And you also have this lovely big platform at the front. So again, you're not actually at that much of an angle. But these are a real statement piece, I would say. And again, they do come in other colours. Not that many. This is the brightest of them, but you can get them in sort of more neutral colours like cream or black or that sort. But these are my favourites because they're the most interesting. And so, of course, this requires a certain kind of outfit with them, but they will instantly spice up any outfit, of course. And these are great for, I don't know, for anything. They're quite comfortable, and you could walk around them and for quite a little bit. Again, it'd be good for something like the beach because you can slip them off easily, but you know, go wherever you want with them. They're yours. So, with that, those are my recommendations. So, what did you think? Were there any that caught your interest? Okay, good. Well, I will tell you, we do have an offer at the moment where we have a discount code that you can use if you buy online. So, I would recommend that you go home, mull it over. I'll give you the names of all of these, and then when you know who you want, you can check it out online and use that code, and that way you'll get a bit cheaper. Well, I'm looking out for you. So, I think that's everything I want to show you today. Are you satisfied, or would you like to look at a few more? That's enough? Okay. Do you have any questions? No? Okay, well then, I wish you happy shopping and a good rest of your day. Alright, it's nice to meet you. Bye-bye. Of course, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who supports me over on Patreon. There you get an extra video every month and, you know, some behind the scenes stuff, and you can request things from me and all that. But I am so grateful for every single one of you who just is there to support me. It really does mean the world. And as you know, if you're on my mid-REM cycle tier, you get a little shout out at the end of my video. So I want to say an especially massive thank you to Alexander, Bastian, Belly Button, CK Backwood, Kosikas, Hideto, Joel B, Johnny B Good, Luigi Rinaldi, Maxi Snacks, Michael, and Shane. Thank you all so much for being here every month. It means the world to me, and I couldn't thank you enough. So I hope that every single one of you gets the most wonderful night's sleep tonight.